Hello, today we'll be performing a paired two-sample hypothesis test for means. We will be performing two tests. The first test will be determining if the mean difference between writing and reading scores is 0, and the second test will be determining if the mean difference between math and science scores is 0. We will start by analyzing our reading and writing scores. So to do this, you'll go to Data on the top. You'll click Data Analytics, and you will hit T-Test Paired Samples for Means. We will first enter our variable 1 range, which will be for writing scores. So as you can see, writing scores start at cell B8 and continue down to cell B39. So we will enter B8 colon B9, 39. We will then do the same for reading, which is in cell C8 through C39. We will enter the hypothesized mean difference, which is 0 in this case. We will check labels because I included the labels which is located in cell B8 and C8. We will keep our alpha/significance level equal to 0.05. And then we will enter our output range, which we will have it outputted in cells I12 through K26. So after that, you just press OK. So as you can see here, our information has now been outputted. We are given the mean for both reading and writing, the variances, the number of observations, the correlation, the hypothesized mean difference, the degrees of freedom, the test statistic, the p-value for a one-tailed test, the critical value for a one-tailed test, the p-value for a two-tailed test, and the critical value for a two-tailed test. We will now move on and start analyzing the data. Since this is a two-tailed test, we will only be concerning ourselves with the two-tailed p-value and critical value. Since our test statistic of 3.15 does not fall within our critical values of positive and negative 2.04, we will reject the null hypothesis. This is verified by the fact that our p-value of 0.004 is less than our significance level of 0.05. This means there is a difference in the mean writing and reading scores. We will now move on to our second hypothesis test, where we will be comparing the math and science scores. Just for the sake of time, I went ahead and performed the analysis on the math and science scores. So just for a refresher, you go to Data, hit Data Analytics, and T-Test Paired Two Samples for Mean, and then you would input the variable 1 range, variable 2 range, the hypothesized mean difference, and where you want the information to be outputted. So no different from before when we're comparing the writing scores to the reading scores. Since this is a two-tailed test, we are only worried about the two-tailed p-value and the two-tailed critical value. So for our conclusion, because our test statistic of negative 7.71 does not fall within our critical values of plus or minus 2.04, we will reject the null hypothesis. Though our p-value of 1.33 is greater than our significance level of 0.05, it will indicate that we should fail to reject the null hypothesis. Because we're getting two different results, we will conclude, and because of insufficient evidence, we cannot conclude that the difference in mean, math, and science scores equals 0.